Red flags. Important is when you're working with suppliers, you need to identify if there is a good combination of both capabilities and also core competencies that will match with what you're looking for. A red flag from a supplier can be, for example, that their direction, their core competency doesn't match what you're looking for in that supplier. Perhaps they say, yes, we can build this specific commodity for you because they have done it before, but that's not really what they want to do for the future. That might be a red flag. A red flag can be also if not only their capability, but the people, how they treat the people, how they work with the people. Do they treat them with respect or not? And what is the turnover that they might have with the employees? Because if you have a situation where employees have high turnover, what that can do is it can affect the quality of the product that you will be receiving. Those are some of the red flags that I will look for a supplier. Actually, in a yearly basis, we look for, do we have the best suppliers, or we have the best capability, either internally or externally to our organization. And while we're doing that assessment, we look for other potential suppliers that can either improve our capabilities so we can meet better our customer needs. So every year we're looking for, is there someone else in our area or perhaps internationally that can help us become much more effective to meet our customer, our revenue, internal goals, and to become profitable. That means we need to seek for suppliers that maybe have better technology or have better processes and are able to basically manage their operations in a way that basically meet better our performance. Ending a relationship with a supplier is not easy, and I need to engage with some of these suppliers when they are not performing. So one of the things that we try to make sure is that during the relationship we're communicating that they are not performing. We don't want it to be a surprise, right? We want to be upfront and say, hey, this is not working, and we try to put corrective action in place. We also try to agree to some common goals and objectives that they can meet and that we feel that they can be successful for. However, there has been time when suppliers might say, hey, I can meet your delivery or your quality or your cost, and they sometimes fail to meet what your expectation is. So one of the things we do is we communicate to the supplier if they are not performing, and then we put them in a improvement plan. And eventually, if we need to terminate the relationship, we do it very upfront. We meet with the supplier face to face, not by the phone. We typically don't like to discuss these very important messages by phone. We talk face to face, and we let them know why we believe the relationship is not working and what is our exit plan. Not sure that there is a typical one, but I can at least share with you what I see as a supply chain management career plan. As a supply chain manager or a supply chain professional, I should say, you can start in the again as a person working perhaps in the warehouse, right, which will be maybe inventory control. From there, perhaps you can move into being a buyer. As a buyer, you will be responsible to basically creating purchase orders and perhaps following up with suppliers for the delivery of the purchase order. After as being a buyer, there could be different levels. Typically, we have buyers, then we have senior buyers, and from senior buyer, you can become then a commodity manager, which is a professional that gets a very good technical understanding of specific commodities, and this person can help basically reduce costs of commodities, working with engineering, working with other departments, and instead of working in a day-to-day purchasing, it will work more in strategic projects. From there, this person, who is typically an individual contributor, can become a material manager or purchasing manager, perhaps a purchasing manager responsible of supervising some of the buyers, and from there perhaps a material manager, director level, maybe VP. So there could be a career path for someone that wants to go into supply chain and wants to become eventually a vice president or a chief purchasing officer. And my recommendation is always try to learn the basics before you try to become the expert in an area. When it comes to future supply chain professionals, one of my advice is try to learn all the different aspects in supply chain. Sometimes we come out of school and we want to become the manager, and we want to become the boss of everyone else, and sometimes we need to start, building that knowledge base. And it's not just about, very important to get certification, to get degrees as it relates to supply chain, get very good knowledge related to education on supply chain. But I always recommend people that want to grow in supply chain to start from the basis. That could be either in the planning or on the buying side, sometimes even in the process of master scheduling. That will give you a good background about the operation, and that will help you have a better basis to grow and to understand what can be done in that specific area to improve the efficiency and improve the business performance.